Wonderful, wonderful. Can see me properly. Trying
Good
something new.
afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
ma'am.
Good afternoon.
So, a wonderful afternoon and welcome back to season 2 of the webinars. But these webinars are going to be student-centric. We're trying to do this I totally understand how difficult it is for this vibrant group of students, and especially hotel management students. We are meant to be up and about and meant to be, rushing between our food production labs and our restaurants and our housekeeping labs and our front office labs and, punctuated with the other theory classes. And that's not happening. And I know how hard it is for you. And I know how difficult it is for both the staff and the students to be handling the classes and assignments. And I think little things like this could probably help us break up the monotony of what is COVID-blessed 2020. I don't want to say cursed because, there are blessings in all this madness too. With that in mind, I again want to thank the webinar team who has made sure that we have got a response from the students and has made this happen today. Susan ma'am, Roma ma'am, Andre sir, Melroy chef and Prasad chef. Thank you very much. I am going to use this platform just to go over a few things which are regarding college itself before we get to the actual competition. I first want to wish all of you a happy, happy, happy festive season. I know it's an unusual way to handle, your festivals. It's a time when we should all be together, and unfortunately we have to do everything online, but all the same, a happy Dasara that has gone, a happy Diwali to come, and a happy Eid to come. And of course, on Saturday, a happy Halloween. We are going to be having CR selections. So what I would like is for the first years and the second years and the third years to each give at least a maximum of 4 nominations, a minimum of 2 for your CRs, and then we will have an election. The third years also have to elect a general secretary or like a representative that will run these 6 people and also coordinate with the student council. So we are looking out for CRs, 1 from first year A, 1 from first year B. Normally we have 2, but this year we're doing 1 since it's online classes and we don't really need to have 2. So we'll do 1 from A, 1 from B, same with second year, same with third year, and then 1 general secretary or someone who will be at the head. The next thing is the Halloween competition. I hope we're going to get a whole heap of, of the candidates who are going to take part. I hope you're going to get excited. It's the best costume. Now, the costume, yes, please send your picture in, but also on the day itself, everybody has to be in costume. So we can take shot by shot pictures of all the screens of everybody in costume. And the second one is a set dessert. What is a set dessert? A dessert that is like an entremet, where it has different layers, it is set, you can actually see the layers. That's what's called a set dessert, but it has to have the Halloween theme. Okay? Now, so what's going to happen next Thursday then? So we have 2 more things coming up. Next Thursday is the plating competition, the art of plating. It's going to be in 4 divisions: appetizer, main course, dessert, and coffee. We're going to have Melroy chef and Andre sir present this webinar. I'm going to try, and we hope if we can coordinate this, have a little bit of a demonstration. And then we are going to have the same way like we do today, the students showing us their plating. Uh, Prasad Chef and Meher Ma'am will be the judges for appetizer and main course, and Melroy Chef and Andresa will be for dessert and coffee. Then on the following Saturday, which is next Saturday, we are going to have the bread competition. And in the bread competition, it's going to be presented by Susan Ma'am and Glenn Chef. And we're going to have Melroy Chef join them as a judge. Uh, we are hoping if Susan Ma'am and Glenn, between y'all can do a little bit of a demo of anything. Uh, the divisions will be bread rolls, a braided bread, a flavored bread, and focaccia. And you can come up with your own innovations for all four of them, but they must be of a certain caliber. And again, we'll be choosing 10 from each to be presented. All right. So we have a lot to look forward to, everything to get yourselves excited and punch this, everyday class with something different. Um, the next two things is, please, Susan Ma'am has been following up with all of you for feedback. Please fill up the forms because it's extremely necessary for us. We have to keep our records, and those records are meant for NAT. They're meant for our filing with Mumbai University. And the last thing is, which we have not started, and we will, we have done it in different ways, but now it will be more structured, is the mentor-mentee, which means I would like each and every one of you to please structure within the day time. So you'll have one afternoon where we will be doing this. We will work with Susan Ma'am will figure this out. We will work to make it part of the schedule of the 6 classes. So 1 hour every day where mentorship is done in breakout sessions. Okay? All right. So with that, we will now get on to today's event. And you were wondering why we did art. What you all do as hotel management students is a combination of art and science. And art is actually at the basis of everything you do. And so we started off with basic art, and then there was baked goods, then there was a savory dish, and then there was a beverage. So I would now call upon Susan Ma'am, who will be presenting the students who have done savory. And if Glenn Chef is okay, he will join us. Otherwise, Susan Ma'am will take on both those categories.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, Susan Ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, we got 17 entries in the savory category. And before I start, I'd like to tell all the ones who did not win, you can win next time, because of course I've told each of you where you went wrong. Now, this being a competition for all the 3 years, first years, second years, and third years, the points that we actually took into judging you all was, I know that third year students have a lot of experience compared to the first year students. For example, if a first year student has given me mayonnaise, which is ready made, this is not something I expected in the recipe of a third year student, ready made mayonnaise. I was looking that they would make the mayonnaise and make it into something because you've learned how to do it. Similarly, in the baking category, if a first year student is using custard powder, the third year student could have made a creme anglaise. So this is what we were actually looking at when we judged you all. Okay, so I've already sent the feedback to the ones who did not actually get through this competition, or whose products looked good, but the finishing was not there, the plating was not there. What was the reason for it? What actually we took? Now, first, we did not taste the food. What we were looking at was the eye appeal. Like we say, the way to a person's heart is through the stomach. So when we are looking at the items that you presented to us, we were looking ki how it looks, what came into our mind by our organoleptic and sensory evaluation, ki what exactly we expected that dish to be. Those were the parameters that we took into judging this competition. Okay, so with that, we will start with the savory section in order of the first years first, followed by the second years, and then the third years. So, can I call upon Misbah Zaveri? Misbah Zaveri. Yeah, Misbah, can
Good
you
afternoon,
present?
ma'am.
Good afternoon, Misbah. Misbah has made a chicken shami kebab,
Yes,
and she would be explaining about it and presenting it to us. Misbah, over to you.
yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for having me. First, I would like everyone to have a view of my dish.
Beautiful.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Misbah, and today I'm going to present to you chicken shami kebab. Well, I would like to start with a brief history about it. First, it was introduced for Nawab Asafuddaula. He was a Nawab where he started to lose his teeth, and he still insisted on having meat without chewing it. So that's when the kebabs were introduced. And soon I'll get you through the ingredients. The ingredients are chicken, or you can have any kind of meat. It is chana dal, which is soaked overnight. You have cumin seeds, you have ginger, garlic, cloves, bay leaves. You have one egg that you use for egg wash. You have coriander leaves and mint leaves are the must in it. And well, you can have them with pav, or you can even accompany them with your parathas. You can roll them and have them with it. And to complement it, the chutney, which we say the pudineti chutney, and onion and lemon is a must to complement it. And that's when you find the entire taste of the dish. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Misbah. That was a lot of research work
Thank you,
done
ma'am.
into it. Thank you. Next, we
Thank
move
you,
on
ma'am.
to, thank you, Misbah. We move on to Charlene Gracious, also from the first year, who is making buttermilk fried chicken.
Good morning, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am, and good afternoon to all my friends also. So I have made a buttermilk fried chicken. So now I'll show it to all of you all.
Ooh, lovely.
So this is the buttermilk fried chicken. I've accompanied it with some French fries. This is a garlic and mayonnaise dip. So actually, the reason I made this and I came up with this is because in my family we all love KFC very much, and we never got a perfect recipe for it. And one day I heard that if you use buttermilk, it works really well. So basically, what we have to do is I marinated my chicken. You can keep it overnight for at least 4 hours, and then you have to marinate with buttermilk so that moistens the chicken and makes it nice and soft. So then when you're going to fry it, you put your oil on. You take your buttermilk dipped chicken, seasoned chicken. You first put it in flour. After flour, you put it into a beaten egg and then back into flour and fry it, and that leads to a very nice texture. It becomes nice and crispy, and the batter stays on the chicken. It remains crispy also, and yeah, that's it. And I
Okay.
think it's really nice, and it's just like KFC.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful.
Wonderful, Charlene. Thank you, Charlene, for your inputs. Next, we move on to Patricia Vaz. Patricia Vaz has
Yes,
made
ma'am.
dragon chicken.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Yes.
Patricia.
Good evening. Sorry, good afternoon to everybody. I'm Patricia Vaz, and I would be showing you all my dish for today. Firstly, I would like to thank Susan ma'am for giving me this opportunity to showcase my dish. So I'll just show you my dish. So this is my dragon chicken, and
Yum.
this is my mashed potato, and this is the garlic bread. And you can sprinkle it with some sesame seeds and some coriander. And you have used a little bit of coriander and spring onions. And my garlic bread, I've topped it with dried oregano. So What I've actually done in this is that the chicken, I've marinated it with corn flour and maida, and I've added a little bit of color and salt and pepper to give it a bit of taste and color. And the garlic bread, I've made my own garlic butter. What I've actually done in it is I have taken butter, which is at room temperature, not frozen butter, and I've mixed it with diced garlic, and I've just put it on a hot toast that it melts on it, and I've put dried oregano on it. And for my mashed potato, I have used a bit of cheese, butter, and very less amount of milk that I get a thick consistency. And I've chosen this dish because mostly when we think of festive in my family, like a festival in my family, we usually have this as kind of a mandatory thing because all like my entire family likes this dish, and we thought of this from this I think so a famous joint at Bandra called Candies. They are known for this famous dragon
Okay.
chicken. Yeah, thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you,
Wonderful.
Patricia.
Wonderful.
Okay. We move on to the next first year, who is Rohan Lewis with Aloo Paneer Nest. Yeah.
Good afternoon, one and all. So, myself Rohan Lewis, and I am presenting you.
Yeah, Rohan, your mic
Yes.
is mute.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I am presenting the aloo nest. This is the aloo nest, and this is the paneer egg. This is served with green chutney and tomato sauce. So, what I've done for the aloo nest is I've taken mashed potatoes, I've added capsicum, I've added green peas, and a little bit of paneer in it, and spices, and mixed it together. And then I've made a structure of a nest or a bowl, you can say, and then coated it with slurry and vermicelli and fried until it is golden brown and nice and crispy. And for the eggs I've taken paneer and seasoned it with salt and pepper. So it gives the egg gives the spiciness of the pepper, and I've garnished it with curry leaves and coriander leaves so that it looks like a tree and where the nests are actually placed.
Okay. Thank you,
That
Rohan.
is a work
Thank
of
you very
art.
much. Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, Rohan.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Now we move on to the second years, and we'll start with Viviana Sharmal. Viviana,
Good afternoon, ma'am.
she's making palak patta chaat.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Viviana.
Ma'am, I hope you can see it.
Yes, we can. Yes.
So, ma'am, I made today palak patha chaat. I myself never liked any leafy vegetables. And so when my dad brought this spinach, the only way I was going to eat it was by making something interesting. So I looked for recipes, and I came across this amazing recipe, which I couldn't resist but to make it. Palak pata, which is a North Indian street savory food, which is made of spinach coated with chickpea flour batter and deep fried and arranged on serving plate, and then drizzled with chutneys and sauces and yogurt, and then topped with save, onions, and coriander leaves. It is also drizzled with chaat masala and roasted jeera powder, and it is a perfect example of amalgamation of supremely crispy, crunchy, and soft textures. It is a blast of flavors, colors, and textures, and a perfect snack for to be eaten with a cup of tea, sitting on the balcony, watching the sky go lit with Diwali light. It is of course, it looks so amazing. It is a must-try recipe for everyone. Thank you, ma'am.
Wow, Viviana, enjoyed the poetry along with it.
Yeah.
You're a born poet. Okay, along with the food.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, I move on to the next second year, Joel Korea, who's doing a Diwali delight.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon,
Good
Joel.
afternoon.
Just a moment.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, Joel.
Yes, ma'am. So I
Okay.
am
Yeah.
presenting to you all uh, um, Diwali delight dish. This dish is inspired by the festival of Diwali, the festival of lights. Basically, this dish is I choose this design and this dish because Diwali, as I have seen, is always a festival of colors, and it is really filled with colors and happiness. The dish comprises of a scrumptious dahi tikki, which is made up of capsicum, onions, and many other colorful vegetables, and hung curd, which gives it the more creamier texture. It is accompanied, it is rested on a bed of a mini dosa, and it is accompanied with ghee, ghee and
Sean Galbano.
Good
Yes,
afternoon, ma'am.
Sean. Good afternoon,
Good
Sean.
afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Sean, can you
So,
showcase
good
your food?
afternoon, one and all. So, the dish which I have prepared is crispy chicken noodle. So, this dish is mostly eaten during the festival of Ramadan. Yes, ma'am.
So continue, Sean. Continue.
So this dish is yes, ma'am. So this dish is eaten during the festival of Ramzan. So I'm very fond of having food of with very much fried items. So I've made this dish. So for this dish, I have used thin slices of chicken. So I've marinated it with a blend of Indian spices and masalas, sauce, and an egg yolk. So later, I've taken vermicelli, that is the rice noodles, and I've soaked it in a room temperature water for 15 to 20 minutes. Then I've drained it and then coated the marinated chicken with the rice vermicelli. So once the coating is done, I deep fried it until it's golden brown and served it with a Szechuan chutney and a mayo. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Sean, for that recipe. And next, we move to Denver Galbano with the Mongolian beef. Denver Galbano.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon,
Good
Annabelle,
sir.
ma'am.
afternoon. Good
Good afternoon. So, the dish which I have prepared for today, one second. What I prepared for today is Mongolian beef, which is like for Christmas. In most of the Christians prepare beef. So I have tried out for the first time Mongolian beef, which is mostly done in Mongolia for Nadam festival. So I have taken a flank steak, and I have thinly sliced it, marinated with soy sauce, cooking wine, salt and pepper, and then I have cooked it till is till the beef gets soft and tender. Then I have tossed it with spring onions, chili, and the sauce which I have prepared using soy sauce, cooking wine, brown sugar. And along with it, as a side dish, I have prepared a noodle stir fry, which the noodles that I've used over here is spaghetti noodles. And I've tossed it with olive oil, broccoli that is blanched, and green and red bell peppers.
Okay.
So that's the dish. Thank you.
Thank you, Denver.
Lovely set table.
Yes. Now we move on to our lady chef, Lisa Correa, who's bringing in the magic of Halloween with pumpkin and golden prawns.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Lisa.
First of all, I would like to thank ma'am for giving me this opportunity to present the dish. So, just wait for it. Yes, so am I audible? Just wait
Yes,
a minute.
Lisa, you
Yes,
are.
yes, yes.
Yes.
So this is my dish. So this dish is inspired by the Halloween season. So it is actually, I hope y'all can see it. So
It's
this
Yes,
is
we can.
inspired,
beautiful.
yeah. So actually what I have done is I have taken the prawns and I have marinated it in a science spicy marinade, and then I have used pumpkin as the main ingredient because pumpkin it represents prosperity and growth and abundance. So I have used different elements of pumpkin here. You can see I have used pumpkin puree, then I have pumpkin cubes, and then pumpkin seeds over here, and then there is baby radish, and then I have prepared a coral twill over here that represents the spider webs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is my dish. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. And I have my last participant for the day, Akash Balerao from the third year with Murg Muslim. Akash? Yeah, Akash.
Hello.
Yeah, Akash, you're audible.
Oh, good afternoon. Hope
Good
all are doing
afternoon.
well. Yes, ma'am. So what I have made today is this one. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so Murg Muslim. So as the name Muslim, which itself means that something very special and something very complete in its own flavor and taste. So this dish, as it is special, it obviously it had to be made for someone even more special. So yes, it was first made in the royal courts of the Mughal Emperor Akbar the Great, and as we know, he was a very noble man and a humble person. He used to always have people from different parts of the India as well to celebrate this. And this was obviously a dish which was been prepared in his court. And this is how we actually get to know that how different cultures collaborate and come together, and different cuisines come up. And so yes, what we have at the end of the day is this beauty, which is a result of uh, staying together for so many years. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Akash. Ma'am, that's the end of the savory items. So who goes next now?
We can ask Andre sir, or I'll start off with the art, and then we'll leave the drinks for the last, or
Okay.
after me, Andre, and then bakery.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so
Thank you.
the- thank you, Susan ma'am. Thank you for the savory items. I have to say, I'm happy I had my lunch. Otherwise, I'd be drooling here. Um, we will now start off with the art. Students. I have to say, I loved what I got from the students. However, I have to say that there were very few. So we only have five uh, candidates. I will start off first with Patricia Vaz from the first year.
Yes, ma'am.
Patricia Vaz, can you present your sketches? And if
Yes.
you have all of them, you can show all of them, but you can show finally the one that I chose for you.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, so I'll be showing the final one which you have chose last. And ma'am, thank you
Yes.
so much for again allowing me to showcase.
Fantastic, fantastic. I
So,
was so proud of you.
so I've made two drawings in the past, and I've also sent you those pictures. So I'll go with those first.
Yes.
Could you give me a second? Just excuse me. Um, Sorry for the delay. So this is my drawing which I've made in the past. It's an owl and it's made with very thin markers, and it has a lot of dots on it. And I've seen this on a tattoo, so I've copied it from there, like, or recreated it to share. And the second one is this. This is also from a tattoo, and it's also in black and white because mostly I like black and white things. And the third one is, just excuse me for this, I'm so sorry for this. Is this? It's a yin yang, And I've shaded it with a pencil like over here, and it has more of this rangoli kind of a design than having a basic yin yang. And the one which Ma'am Annabelle chose is this. It's a dragon, and I have used earbuds to blend in all the colors, like if you can see the different shades. And
Wow.
that's all. And thank you so much.
Wonderful. Patricia, I am
Yes,
so
ma'am.
enthralled by your drawing, honestly. And it looks like you've been quite busy during the lockdown because your book is pretty much full.
Oh, yes,
But this
ma'am.
is wonderful. And, I hope that we get back to, we are going to get back to college and our events. And I can see that your class is going to keep you quite busy because there's so much of need for decor when the restaurants come up that I think you're going to be a busy girl for the next 3 years. So thank you very much, Patricia.
Thank you so much, ma'am,
Excellent
again.
job.
Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you. Can I call on Sonal Saldana from the first year, please? Sonal Saldana did a lot of artwork that was, art and craft kind of work. So can I have Sonal? Are you there?
Ma'am.
Yes, lovely. Can you show us all 4 of your items that you made?
Okay, ma'am. Good afternoon to one and all present here. I would like to present to you all art craft, that is DIY crafts that I have tried for Halloween by simple, easy, available materials. So the first one is a lantern. So it can be used as a wall hanging or you can use it as a decoration. The next one, a fancy straw that I have made. So small children normally enjoy using these fancy straws, or you can keep it as a showpiece at your home. The next one is a candy type of thing. So this I have made, like you can carry it on with your Halloween costume also. And this is a paper bag converted into an Halloween bag for trick or treats. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. I can see that you are ready. So on 31st, you're going to have a wonderful time. Good job. Thank you very much, Sonal.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Can I have Joel Korea, please, of the second year?
Yes, ma'am. So I would like to thank Ma'am Annabelle and the staff members for giving me this platform to showcase my talent. This design is inspired by the beautiful festival of lights, Diwali. This is basically a design for Diwali which I have made. The design enlightens many aspects, like the numerous lines in the design indicate strength, unity, and bonding. The various textures and designs of leaves indicate generosity and prosperity. The lamps over here indicate good luck and to brighten up paths. And the white color here indicates the light by the lamps. And lastly, the circle shape indicates that there are no end to all of these. Thank you, ma'am.
Wonderfully put, Joel Korea, and just beautifully done. I would love to see this one day. You do this on a cake for us, okay? Absolutely spectacular.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you. Can I call on Rachel D'Souza from second year, please?
Good afternoon, ma'am, everyone.
Good afternoon, Rachel.
I've made a canvas painting of a Christmas tree. The reason I chose canvas is it's easy to merge in colors. I've used acrylic colors. The inspiration for me to have painted this is every year when Christmas sets in, the first thing I get excited to do is set up the Christmas tree and the decorations. So this was my inspiration. Thank you.
Wonderful job, Rachel. Absolutely fabulous.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Can I call on Denver Golbano from the second year, please?
Yes, once again, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
So the art which I have done is this Santa Claus. I have made it with like 1 second. As you can see, I have used a champagne bottle, and I have used what is I have used the Santa Claus cap, covered it, and then the hands I have stuffed it with cotton and then hand stitched it. And for the face of the Santa Claus, I have used those on the Christmas trees. You get those hangers, the keychain. So I've removed that and I've used it for the face. And this ready-made this snowman and this articles I've used to decorate it and create it more good.
Wonderful, wonderful. I have absolutely excited for Christmas already, watching all of this. Thank you so much, Denver. That
Thank
is
you, ma'am.
wonderful. You know, I'm extremely happy that a lot of you have taken part, but I also have missed a lot of the artists that generally take part, and so it's sad that Meryl and a lot of the other students who are really good at art, second years and third years, I missed you. So I hope that for the following competitions, you will take part. Thank you very much, the students for art. I will now hand it over to Andre sir for the beverages.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our first episode of our second season of our webinars. All right, so it's extremely exciting to start with the beverages, and if you know, we have put it as beverages. Okay, we're not specified cocktails, we're not specified mocktails, and I think that has actually brought us to have some of the participants who have come up with exciting stuff. Okay, I'm very excited, and we're going to start off in the order in which we have posted the finalists or the shortlisted students. All right, so we're going to start off with the third year student. That's Clayton Pereira, who's made something extremely exciting during this lockdown, which is kombucha.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good.
So I'll be making the drink in front of you all only. So we start the big block of ice with some lemon slices, and this kombucha I made at home. It's a mango chili kombucha, which is brewed. And if, for people who don't know, kombucha is a beverage which is made from fermented sweet tea, and it is actually supposed to be a medicine. But I can tell you right now, this is one of the best tasting medicines out there. And this takes approximately 20 days to make, and the fungus or the yeast that is used to ferment it is known as SCOBY, which is it is a very special kind of what do you call that, yeast. So here I have it. Here, this jellyfish looking like thing is known as SCOBY. It's very disgusting to touch it. Very slimy, and so here I keep this, and here's my drink, the mango chili kombucha. So cheers.
Super. I can just imagine the flavors of it, Clayton. Clayton, are you thinking of making any other flavors as opposed to just another batch of mango and chili?
Yes, I was thinking to make apple cinnamon and some berry and ginger.
Wow.
Wow.
I hope we are back in college by the time it gets brewed. Thank you very much, Clayton. Thank you.
Looks delicious.
All right, so we're going to move on to our next candidate. That's Rahul Daniel. And Rahul has been making wine for some time. So he's going to be telling us about a special wine that he's making today, which is the pineapple skin wine.
So good afternoon, one and all.
Good afternoon.
So Christmas is going to be in a month's time, and this is something that needs to be on your Christmas list, your Christmas to-do list. This is a pineapple peel wine right here. So this is a pineapple peel wine. It takes just 2 weeks to make and has pretty simple ingredients. The peel of one pineapple, sugar, cloves and cinnamon for the flavor, yeast for the fermentation, and egg whites to clarify the wine. So first, you put the water, you put the sugar, the yeast, and the pineapple peels into a container and leave it for 3 days straight without touching it. On the third day, you strain the wine, the liquid, you strain it. Once you've strained it, you put it back into the container. You add in the cloves and the cinnamon. You leave it for 10 days, and then your wine is ready in 2 weeks. So you siphon it into a bottle, and it's ready to drink within 2 weeks. This wine goes very well with a Christmas cake. And yeah, so the best thing about this is when you normally buy a pineapple to eat it, you just discard the peel. You don't, you don't use the peel for anything else. So right here, you can use the peel, and the wine, the main ingredient of the wine is this peel. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Fantastic. Super, Rahul. Rahul, are you planning on selling some of the wine with food that you do?
Maybe, yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rahul.
Fantastic.
We're going to move on to candidate 3 from the first year. That's Manoj Barman, who is going to present a bubblegum shake.
Sir, actually my video is not getting on because it's saying you cannot start your video because the host had disabled it. Okay. Hi, sir.
There.
So basically I tell you, I made a bubble gum. This is how it looks. So this is too much of dry ice.
Wow.
So basically I tell you, I introduce with this. This is my childhood favorite drink because being into a childhood, we always want that bubble gum, chewing gums and this all that flavors. That reminds me of my childhood. So basically, I put this bubble gum syrup, which is known as boomerang syrup, with active charcoal whipped cream, and I have used some popping bobas. Basically, popping bobas. This is the popping bobas, as you can see. So it has a juice in it. Actually, I have used two kind of chemical, which is sodium chloride, and one more chemical is there in this. I have used in that. So when we put the juice into the chemical, it forms a ball like this, basically. So here we go with the drink.
Nice.
So it's present like that.
So it's a stunning drink. It's smoky as well as has molecular mixology with it. Super. Thank you, Manoj.
You're welcome, sir.
We're going to move on to candidate number 4. That's Dazzle Mattress. And she's making for us goggle.
Good evening, chef. I have made a Google drink. I'll just show. Yeah. So here it is. Basically, I have added lychee juice, Canberry juice, a slight of vodka, a lime, and some ice, and mixed it and put some sabja for to look at like a googly eyes. So that's why I gave the name as googly drink.
Okay, so it's googly eyes. I thought it meant to resemble goggles. All right. Super. Thank you, Dazzle. We move on next with our second year student, Denver Galbano. And Denver has sent in 3 entries, one better than the other. But being in the spirit of Christmas, we are going to move on to Christmas Sunrise. Denver.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Denver.
Yeah. So the drink I have made for today is the Christmas sunrise, keeping in mind the Christmas festival. So to start off with the drink, I have used 15 ml of sugar syrup, 30 ml of vodka, 30 ml of orange juice, and 60 ml of mango juice, and I topped it up with tonic water. And to rim the glass, I have used honey and the sprinkles which we use on the cake, and I have garnished it with a slice of orange.
Great,
So
lovely.
that's a drink.
Then would you like to tell our first viewers about tonic water?
Yes. So tonic water is basically carbonated water which has a slight which has a presence of quinine. So quinine was basically used before to fight malaria. It has a kind of bitter flavor. That's it.
Thank you, Denver. Super.
Thank you, sir.
We move on to our next candidate from the first year, Anevi Mehta with Lady Lemonade.
A very good afternoon to everyone. So the drink which I'll be representing today is Lady Lemonade. So let me just show you.
Ooh. Oh.
So let me tell you, the name of the drink has got nothing to do with its color. Okay, I've simply named it as Lady Lemonade because the fruit which I've used in, that is the prickly pear, is an excellent age-defying fruit. So that's the reason I've named it as Lady Lemonade. The other thing, coming to the drink, I have pureed the fruit first and strained it. Now it is important to strain the puree of this fruit because it has got this little seeds in it. So you puree and you strain the puree. Then I've added a tablespoon of lime juice and 2 tablespoons of sugar syrup, and then I've topped it with a pinch of salt, and I've garnished it with beautiful flowers from my balcony. And also this other element that you can see is these jelly cubes. Now these jelly cubes also are made up of prickly pears. So yeah.
Wow. That's a whole lot of textures in one drink.
Yes.
Thank you, Anevi.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we move on to our next candidate from the second year. That's Sabine Lobo with Vodka Lychee Blast.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Sabine.
So the drink which I've made is, here's the drink.
Yes.
It's vodka lychee blast. Basically, it's my very first cocktail, and I'm glad that Andre sir gave me this opportunity to present it on this webinar. As we all know that vodka has a citrusy taste, lemon has that sour taste, and lychee has that sweet taste. And here it comes that citrusy vodka has totally immersed into the flavors of lychee and lemon, and we get a blast of flavors into the mouth. And for this, I've also used the rim of chili powder and salt to give it a spicy and a salt taste. And it's a complete blast of flavors into the mouth. Thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Lovely. Thank you, Sabine.
Excellent.
Our next candidate from the first year is Joel Raju with Keeping in Mind Halloween, the Casper's drink.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joel, and my drink's name is Casper's Drink. The reason I named this drink Casper is because Casper is the name of a friendly ghost. When I saw this drink, I felt Halloween should not be always about scariest, meanest, and deadliest for people, but it should be also about creativity, friendship, and a bond that is created during this festive season. The ingredients used in this drinks are very simple and easily accessible in any store. 30 ml of vodka, 30 ml of kokum, 60 ml of a drink called mogu mogu in strawberry flavor, ice, lime juice, lemon, and soda. And this is my drink.
Whoa!
Oh, beautiful presentation.
Beautiful.
Thank you and happy Halloween.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much, Joel. Super. We move on to our next candidate from the first year. That's Rohan Lewis with Pluminade.
Good afternoon once again. So my drink is just Pluminade. 1 minute, I'll just show it to you. So this is my drink, Pluminade. So this is the first ever mocktail which I made, and for this I've used lime juice. Then I've used sugar syrup, which is infused with cinnamon stick, cloves, and ginger. And then I've taken some plums. I've made a pulp of it, and then used it into that. Then I've shook it with a glass, as I don't have a Boston shaker, and then added soda to it, and garnished it with butterfly, pea flower, lemon, and a plum.
Looks lovely. And you're even dressed up like a bartender today. With a nice bow. Super. Thank you, Rohan. Thank you. Our last candidate from the second year, thank you, is Vivina Chiromel with Lich Ginger Tail.
Good afternoon, everyone, again. So today I have made Leech Ginger Tail, which is a very fancy yet simple cocktail consisting of lychee syrup with burst of ginger and mint flavors with a splash of vodka and slices of lime. The sweetness of lychee and pungent taste of ginger is what makes it so refreshing and delicious. I made this drink because lychee is one of my favorite fruit and vodka is my go-to drink. When both of my favorites were available at home, I couldn't wait to try both of them together. And the results were better than I expected. I also tried with a rim of red chili powder and salt, but the punch of ginger is what was needed to make it so flavorful. Lead ginger tail would be an amazing cocktail to have with your family and friend, and this drink might just give you that kick in this boring pandemic. And also, this drink is so flexible that you can have it without vodka and just with soda and water, according to your preference, and will stay similar.
Fantastic. Superb. Vivina, I'm so envious of you because you also have ready-made snack to go with it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am Annabelle.
Thank you. Thank you. I can see all these
Anything,
wonderful
Maslow?
drinks, and I can imagine that all these students are going to have a wonderful time at home. One better than the next. Fabulous. We will now, I'll hand it over to Susan ma'am and Glenn Chef, if Glenn sir has arrived, for the baked goods.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Ma'am, I don't think Glenn has come still, so
Okay.
I'll start with the baked items that were there.
Okay.
We did get around 14 entries, but they were all the first years with just one second year and one third year. The thing is that having so many of them always running to the bakery saying they want to learn, having so many classes, it was sad to see that none of the SYs or TYs actually participated in this when you all could make most out of this competitions that we are holding to show off your skills and what exactly you all have done during this time. So hopefully that the next competitions that are there, we'll have more entries from SYs and TYs. But the first years have come up with some good items, and we'll start with the first candidate, Roshan Nair spiral apple pie cookies.
Okay, so hello. So just this is the dish that I made. The reason for celebrating was very simple. Like, be it Christmas or Halloween, it's incomplete without a pie. So I modified the pie into making it sweet. And the taste of this cookie is totally related to the quality of the pie dough that you make. And like all different like people or the professional bakers, making a pie dough is like kind of easy, but it can get messy sometimes. So people generally don't go into that much. So I made a pie dough. Then I took diced apples and rolled it in cinnamon sugar, and then I pressed it slightly into the strips of the pie dough, and then I baked it. And so, yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Roshan, for that. Next, we move to Rohan Lewis, who has made a chocolate Kit Kat cake. Rohan Lewis. Yes, Rohan.
Good afternoon once again. So this is the cake which I've made. This is a chocolate Kit Kat cake. For this cake, I have used buttercream, which is of chocolate and coffee. So it does not only give the flavor of coffee, it also has the flavor of, it has the flavor of both the coffee and the chocolate. So it is a blend of it. Then I've used the butterscotch ganache, which it has a chunks of butterscotch balls. Then I've even used some gems for decorating it and cherries, and it is surrounded with Kit Kat. Can I just cut and show you the
Yes,
cake, how it
Rohan,
looks?
please do that. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Just 1 minute. One second.
Whoa, that is beautiful.
Yeah, looks nice.
Beautiful,
Beautiful,
beautiful.
Rohan. Thank you, Rohan.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you for having me here.
And
It's an
thank you
honor.
for changing for every entry. I like that. Good job.
Okay. Thank you, Rohan. Next, we move on to Chelsea D'Souza, who has made which finger cookies?
Everyone, good afternoon. As I'll just show you my dish. Just give me a minute. Can you all see? So as I love Halloween and I love things spooky, I also love the show Chilling Adventures of Sabrina that gave me the idea to bake this dish that resembles witch fingers, chopped up witch fingers. This actually is quite simple to make the cookies. It's flour with baking powder, mix the dry ingredients together, wet ingredients with 1 egg, powdered sugar, vanilla essence mixed together, and just combined it, and it's done. Then you bake it for 30 minutes at 160 degrees. Quite simple, like I said, because if it was not simple, I wouldn't be able to bake it because it's my first time baking. And the blood is represented by strawberry jam, as you can see. I don't think this is very appealing to eat, as you can see. It's not like the most appealing dish I can say. As anybody who's as spooky and loves the spooky things, this is some dish you should love to eat, and it's really delicious.
Okay. Thank you, Chelsea, for that.
Welcome,
Next,
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we move to Alicia De Silva, who's made Halloween chocolate cupcakes.
Good afternoon to everyone. I would like to thank Susan ma'am and Glenn Chef to give me such a great opportunity to showcase my cupcakes. Uh, well, I'll show my cupcakes. These are my cupcakes. I have made a pumpkin, a zombie, the dead doll, the brains, the worm meal, and two ghosts. And this is the eye meal.
Oh my goodness.
I know that kids don't like dreadful things and which is ghost and everything. So for kids especially, this would be the best idea to let them introduce about Halloween, which is celebrated in Western countries on the 31st of October, in remembrance of all saints and all the faithful departed, um, and also the martyrs. So yeah, it would be the best idea for introducing kids with such a eye appealing, visual appealing thing.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Alicia.
Thank you.
And next we move to Charlene Gracious, who's made streusel.
Hello. So this recipe basically that I've made is Glenn Chef's recipe itself. And after I made muffins in his recipe, everyone's gone crazy. All of my family, everyone, they've never tasted, I've not even heard of streusel before. And I must say it's amazing. So these are my muffins.
Lovely.
And I made them in two flavors. This one is a banana flavor with white chocolate chips.
Oh, lovely.
And this is vanilla with normal chocolate chips.
Wow.
So this streusel is really easy to make. You can make your normal muffins, and for the streusel, what you have to use is flour, butter, brown sugar, baking powder, and vanilla extract. And that gives, and if you top your muffins off with that, it just adds a whole different flavor profile, and your house also smells very nice. Thank you.
I love that.
Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Charlene, for that. The next candidate is Raima Pinto, and she has spent 6 months doing this recipe, which is also one of my favorites from the Middle East, kunafe. Raimi Pinto.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Raimi Pinto. So today, I'll be presenting an Arabian sweet dish, which is quite famous in the Middle Eastern region of the world. It's known as kanufa. It's even known as kunafa and kanafe. So just a second. So this is it. So there are three components to this dish. The outer crust, that is known as the katife. The inner layer, that is of cream cheese, and the sugar syrup, which is poured on it. The choice of garnish for this dish is assorted nuts, but any preferably pistachio is what's preferred while garnishing it. Now this dish has been pretty close to my heart because it not only took me 6 months, ma'am, but it took me more than 6 years to find the exact traditional recipe of how to make kunufa. And traditionally, they use katife. Like in India, they use vermicelli, but traditionally katife is used, and I have used katife in my dish, which I've made from scratch at home. I would love to show the layers inside the dish. Ma'am, just a second. Ma'am, just a second. So, ma'am, so this is how it looks like. The crust from the top, the cream cheese layer in the center, and down is the katife. Over here is a cut piece. The katife, that's the coating. The cream cheese inside. sweet cream cheese flavor, and below is the soft part of the katife. This is how it looks. The dish looks pretty simple, but when you eat it, there's a burst of flavors in your mouth. Like you get that buttery flavor from the katife, you get the creaminess from the cream cheese inside, and then you get that lemonish flavor because there's lemon juice in the sugar syrup, and you get that rose and saffron essence. So there's a lot of things going on within your mouth, and this dish has been pretty close. Like since childhood, I've always loved it. So thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Raimi. We are waiting for you to come to college so you can make some for us also.
Absolutely.
Yes, surely.
The next person is Lisa, who's making chocolate cupcakes with blueberry filling. Lisa? Lisa?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am, and to all the faculty members and my friends here. So for this festive season, I've made Diwali themed cupcakes.
Wow.
They're visible. So these are chocolate cupcakes, eggless ones. So I've replaced the egg with buttermilk, and I've filled it with blueberry compote. So I'd like to show you the texture of my cupcake. Quite soft.
Yes.
And so since it's like an Indian festival, these reminded me of like India and the festive colors, and I've ornated it with golden sugar balls. Ma'am, if I may, can I cut this open?
Yes, yes.
So I like the taste of chocolate and icing, and hence I chose this. So I hope it's visible. The blueberry compote inside.
Oh, lovely.
Oh,
yeah.
Lovely.
It's nice.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. That's very tempting, Lisa. Thank you very much.
I really wish I could come to college and give this to all my friends and teachers. I really wished.
We'll wait. Once college
Yes,
starts.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
We move on to our next contestant, Manuj Varman, for the classic New York cheesecake. Manuj Varman?
Yes, ma'am. So this is my New York cheesecake. When you used to live in USA, New York, so basically everybody likes cheesecake, and when it comes to cheesecake, what we have is like cream cheese, right? So I made my cheesecake with cream cheese, graham crackers with butter, and I use a fresh strawberry puree. As you can see, there's some nuts and strawberry seeds are also there. If you This is strawberry puree. I made it fresh, right? And even I used here in popping bobas again. This is the bobas which I made with 2 chemicals, as I told it previously. When it goes in mouth, it bursts, and I show you. See how it goes on. See.
Sound
lovely.
So this is the thing.
Okay.
So this is come under the food gastronomy. Even this is when I show you. Wait, after cutting the cheesecake, wait, I show you the layer. As you can see the texture of cheesecake right over here.
Wonderful.
Without cracking it, I use when it comes to cheesecake, we have to use a water bath, which makes cheesecake wonderful and perfect without cracking it.
Okay. Thank you, Manoj, for that. And we move on to the next person, who is a second year now, Matilda Fernandez, with her Christmas wreath cookies. Matilda Fernandez.
Yes, ma'am. So good afternoon, everyone. Today I am going to represent Christmas wreath cookies. Just a second, ma'am. Sorry, I
So
was
nice.
saying that I had to represent it, but I have the pic of the cookies I made. So Christmas is my favorite festival, so I always make them in the Christmas in large quantity and distribute to my neighbors and relatives. Has represent everlasting life and a goodwill to the guests that enter our doors on Christmas. It is a very simple recipe. I used butter and icing sugar, egg whites, and I made 3 different flavored cookies. That is cocoa with cocoa powder, mocha powder, and vanilla. So and then I decorated with chocolate, white chocolate, and with flour baked cookies. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Lovely. So
Lovely.
festive.
Thank you, Matilda, for that. And we move to our last participant for today, Vivek Lobo, who is representing the Rasmalai Tres Leche cake. Vivek Lobo.
Oh.
Am I visible?
Yes, you are, Vivek.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, ma'am, for letting me present my dish and giving me this opportunity. So I have prepared. Just let me. Yeah, is it visible?
Yes, it is. Yes.
So I have made a tre leche from rasmalai. So this is my take on tre leche, and I dedicate this to Durga Puja, that is Navratri Dasahara, for a very vague reason. Just hear me out, okay? So Gujarati people like yellow, be it jalebi, be it fafda, be it dhokla, be it anything that's yellow. So and uh, after the visurgin of the Sahara of the idol, everyone comes home and wants something to eat, and this is the one. And just let me garnish it for once. And is it visible?
Yes.
Okay. Just for a second, okay? So now what I'm doing is I'm pouring the rasmalai in the in the scoop that I've put my rasmalai on. I'm just garnishing it with a little bit of saffron on top. And of course, I would cut it, and let me show you. It just cuts with so ease, I tell you. So let me just show you real quick. So tres leches basically means 3 milks induced cake. So there's a lot of controversial of the origin. Be it some says France, some says Latin America, some says Mexican. But what matters is the Nestle company had mainstreamed this cake, this type of cake. So as you can see, I have used triple layered. This is basically a triple layered rasmalai tres leche. As a base, I have used a ribbon pound sponge. Secondly, I've made a light mawa, and the third layer is the chopped nuts. Reason why I say tres leches, I used rasmalai milk to soak it. Secondly, I used the light mawa, and the third is the cream on top. Now, once when you just take a bite, I did something over here. If you can see, this is a floret. All right. So I poured the rasmalai in between the floret, and I topped it up with the rasmalai basically. So when you just bite it, the rasmalai just oozes between your teeth, and that's what I'm looking for.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
thank you.
goodness, Vivek, that is to die for.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Vivek, for that. Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And thank you for this opportunity.
And with Vivek, we finish the bakery section. But before I finish, we have one entry which really caught our eye, and we didn't know where to put it. It is a wild card entry, whether to put it in the savory or whether to put it in baked goods. And that is an entry by the first year, Mark D'Souza. Can we have Mark with his entry, please? Mark? Mark D'Souza?
Yes, ma'am. Good
Okay.
afternoon.
So Mark came out with something very strange, which is both sweet as well as savory. And that is called the brownie and cage, which he's going to explain to you for Halloween.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I'm really glad that I am a part of this amazing webinar. Like so many good dishes are made. So the dish that I prepared for Halloween is called brownie and cage, which means uh, caged brownie in French. So let me just show you. So this is what I've made.
Oh.
Sorry for that. So this is what I have prepared. It's called brownie and cage, which is the French word for caged brownie. I chose French because French is one of the places from where Halloween actually originated, along with Ireland. So what you can see on the outside is actually garlic bread, which I have made with according to Glenn Chef's recipe, and I've sprinkled it with herbs like there's basil, there's oregano, there's also dill, so that it gets that spooky or forest-like look. And once you are through that forest of garlic bread, you get this cute little brownie cake, which is like very close to our family. Like we have inherited it from my grandmother. Then all my aunts and my mom make it, and now we all our cousins also make this. So that is really close to us. So this is a combination of sweet as well as savory. So thank you.
Fantastic. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Okay. Thank you, Mark, for that. And ma'am, with that, those are all the entries that we had for the baked goods.
Okay. Wonderful. So, can you see me? Okay.
Yes, ma'am, we can.
All right. So the idea is, I want to thank first the staff for making sure that they collected all the entries and mentored all the candidates who were taking part. Thank you, Susan ma'am. Thank you, Glenn. I know we have to pray for Glenn Chef. He's not doing too well. He's got a little bit of a problem with his leg. Thank you, Andre sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
And thank you, the webinar team.
Thank you, ma'am.
Students, I know all of you would be waiting and you would say, "Oh, can we please have the results now? Can we please wait?" And this is how we are going to do all the events. We will tell you the results on Saturday, but we will let the students who know a little earlier. So if they want to present something, it'll still be with them. I want to thank each of you. I hope you all had a good time. I hope this is something that breaks the monotony of the day that you all have to go through. I really look forward to you all placing a lot of effort and really taking part. It kind of part of your character building, part of your presentation skills, part of your molding into this hotelier. that you're wanting to be and you're studying to be. Again, thank you, all of you. I look forward to seeing you again on Saturday, again at 2:30. And we will all be dressed up in our costumes to celebrate Halloween. Please let's not be too gory because we cannot have nightmares after this. So we'll have fun costumes and there'll be a costume competition. The costumes are going to be judged by Alenka ma'am, and the set desserts are going to be judged by Melroy Chef. Prasad Chef will be presenting it with the students and the desserts, and Roma ma'am will be presenting the students who want to take part in the costume competition. With that, thank you everyone. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you Justin and the team that is helping us host this. Thank you very, very much. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.